Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to TTT Through the Tomes, a show where an amateur DM guides a group of understanding and patient friends through his first campaign of Dungeons and Dragons, trying his best, slapping it together with modules and pre-built campaign settings and tools and utilities that are available out there. I'm Peter Rave, the aforementioned amateur DM, and here with me,
and I'm the tool.
And here with me is my party, my gang, my adventurers, my friends. We have playing Wind and Summer, Daisy.
Hey everybody, good to be back.
Mm-hmm. We've got playing Solero Talion, Drew.
As long as it's not the band tool, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, to each your own. Playing Lucius Zanero, we've got Matt.
Hello. I have a Bosch professional laser tape measure.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the battery compartment is super corroded, so hopefully it will work.
Hopefully.
Get your peroxide.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the peroxide and the isopropyl. It'll be
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was assuming vinegar, but
yeah, vinegar's what I use.
Better.
Yeah, who knows? Playing Toby Underborough. One of those combinations. Brett.
Yeah. Hi. I come to you with my my TIS 100 reference manual, complete with double-sided printouts of commands, because I've made the mistake of wanting to Zachtronics, and if you've never Zachtronics before, it'll make you feel real dumb. And I'm just like a NASCAR race. It's the TIS 100 fueled by Blake's Hard Cider Triple Berry.
Nice.
It tastes like it's something you spread on toast, but it's 6.5% alcohol by volume.
Mm-hmm.
It's pure Michigan.
Yes. We've got playing Toro, V.
If at any point I disappear, it is because I am eating soup and I continue to refill this bowl of soup.
What kind of soup?
More soup.
So my brother is, my brother is 15 and he is turning out to be really into cooking. So he made gumbo, African gumbo. No, Cajun gumbo. He made another soup.
I was wondering what African gumbo was, but I was too afraid to ask.
Creole gumbo. It's a thing that would make sense. Creole gumbo. It's a lineage that would make sense.
Yeah. The other thing I will say is that I am mixing words for other words today. We are very ADHD today, so
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And well, we had him for a moment, but
wait! The man's back.
Playing Tumbao on his way back to the seat, diving in nick of time. We have Christian.
Hi. So turns out you can trip off wires that are on the floor and then land in a chair and still make it look impressive, as long as you make people think you did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I also have been working on my own little projects. Everyone was showing off something cool. I've been using today to continue working on my painting and acrylic skills. So I've been able to keep putting some more effort into my little wood one-hitter, kept working with the colors and paints. For some reason, I gave it like a mental age. I was like, what does this look like in regards to its completion? And I'd say this is like a 17-year-old that just got broken up with its first girlfriend.
When you said you were working on your acrylics, nice. I was wondering you were doing fingernails or something.
Oh yeah.
Close.
I need to work on my acrylics.
Right now, this is just more for learning colors, for learning how to actually make the shapes. Because look, the ones I've been really trying to nail have been the in and out tentacles that weave. And so while it's still incomplete, hopefully by next week, I'll be able to show it off, maybe give it a nice coat of resin or Mod Podge. Nice. Make it look as great as it can.
Nice.
Just smear it with resin.
I just want to give it spooky eyes on the bottom.
Nice. I have a Michelangelo with real ninja action.
It's pure Luigi, the samurai frog.
kind of fun. You squeeze his legs together.
Yeah, that is not a Ninja Turtle like design I am familiar with, but at my age, like he's just the Ninja Turtle style guide has changed probably 25 times since last I paid attention.
His neck looks thinner than I remember.
Yeah, I also have
quite as husky.
I also have another 90s throwback. I have Megabyte on my desk from the show Reboot.
Ooh. Yeah, the Canadian digital cartoon.
They also are both covered in dust. Also, I'm just drinking some Duff beer.
Nice.
Duff.
Actually, I'm still drinking my hard Mountain Dew. I just put it in a Duff beer koozie.
Have you been like working on that hard Mountain Dew for this long, or do you save it for special events?
No, I mean both.
How much did you purchase? Remind me again.
I think it was a 12-pack.
That is
a long-lasting 12-pack.
Yeah, that tells me everything I need to know.
Well, it's that, and I mean, yeah, because I probably if it was more pleasant, I would probably at least like drink one every once in a while, maybe with dinner. But yeah, is that? Well, I was gonna say it's not terrible, but yeah, maybe that's a stretch. It's not.
It exists. It's not offensive.
It's not great.
It's not poisonous. All right, so we are. I'm completely lost track of that.
So we're gonna beat up some monkeys, or get beat up by some monkeys, or avoid monkeys.
We're gonna avoid them. We're gonna avoid them.
I still say, if I get the vibe that we are going to get into this fight anyways. So if we make them fall on top of each other instead of onto us, then we piss them off with each other.
I have an idea. We get a barrel. We should just get a barrel and
just let them solve it. Yeah, I was just gonna say they'll solve it themselves.
Yes, we gotta. You see up here on the battlefield a glowing hammer.
It goes boop 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 boop.
All right, so we are in the midst of an encounter. We are to wrap to kind of recap. We've been kind of going on this road trip to Gordon. Gathering, having some run-ins with different situations and people. Different run-ins with some possible kidnappers and attackers on the road, bandits and whatnot. There's some help from some courteous and hospitable goblin friends. They found out about somewhere where there was possibly some of these bandits gathering. They went to where that was. They ran into a bunch of bandits, killed them all, and rescued these two people that seem to be captured by these bandits. They seem to be powerful magic users, at least they claim to be, and have brought them on to take them to safety.
He's such a sweetheart.
Through various conversations, they've been walking on the road, riding on the road, and while they were heading just outside of the Silt Basin Pass, they heard some loud noises of something rapidly approaching the road and about to cross their path. And they quickly observed that it was a rampaging giant ape that was crossing their path. They all decided to hide among hide along the side of the road and try to make themselves stealthy in hopes to avoid a confrontation. Hopes to not die. And we'll see how that works out. Right now, where we left off is that all the apes. It was a giant ape and two regular sized apes. And what you had seen back to where we are in the present moment You see the emerge from the woods and onto the road. You see this giant ape. Not as silver as you see in there. It's a little bit more because that's just the token for the stat block. It's more of a like a deep brown with some silvering and some aging on some areas, like maybe around the face, but it's more of a brown, maybe with some fading. But you see like this fierce looking face with some scarring, and then on the body you see scars and wounds and you may, so the more observant of you might notice some like lash wounds and things like that, some like on the body in different parts. And the smaller apes, which are medium sized, around your people
the ape-sized apes.
Yes, they seem to be very similar build, and I would say it's pretty easy to ascertain that they're the same type of apes, maybe younger. They almost have like childlike features. So they're size of regular apes, but more childlike. So you maybe ascertain that they're youthful giant apes, like young giant apes. Just by relative.
So that means they're stupid.
That means that they're delicious.
So it is. We just got to their turn, and then in that moment they quickly approach the road. They use their regular movement, and we're gonna switch over to the map. So you all are hiding.
And I know I am.
Yeah. See. And then you hear the roar. And you see the creatures like inquisitively looking down and falling behind. And so this one runs this way. Then the only person it does approach here out of curiosity. Ran is 30 feet. Dash. And then looks down at Toby. And is like, reaches down, and is Toby kind of like like I imagine instinctively like tightens up. He puts his finger in your nose and just slaps you in the face one time. And the older one
I'm used to this.
growls at him. And then he finishes his dash to catch up. Okay. It was 30.
Kick rocks, Cornelius.
Okay. He's observing around. Doesn't really see anybody that's threatening them. So she
that goat. Every time I just have to remember we have a giant ass goat. It's just like in on it.
And then uses an additional 20 feet to dash. Now using his full
Would you
dash.
rather fight one giant ape-sized ape or two not giant-sized ape-sized apes?
And the other one follows.
If worse comes to worse,
So I don't get like bothered by this one. There's no fingers in my nose.
He just like he's out of curiosity, like picture your nose, slaps. Like out of like childlike curiosity. The other one, once the you would guess parent, or at least like somebody that's directing them, watching is yells at that one, yells at them. They both just simply follow suit. And that
I've got to think I'm extremely small compared to these things.
Yeah, so it's like
with all of them. So
yeah.
that's quite a finger up my nose.
Yeah.
I'll be I'll remember that. Brett will remember, or Toby will remember this.
Oh yeah, no, he slaps you and then goes like the whole like chimp thing where it goes and it's like a like sticks his tongue out and then he gets you out that.
just don't show your teeth. Just hide your teeth. They see the seen teeth noise as a sign of aggression.
And then and that is they had moved and then they dashed. So now it is Toby's turn.
My turn?
Do you do anything or do you just sit tight and wait?
No, I do nothing.
All right. Just to quickly check, does Toro do anything?
Well, Toro is still sitting in the cart, so he's hiding in the cart. Remember, so
so you just.
I think he's gonna stay hidden in the cart because we don't really know what's going on yet.
Yeah. And I presume Lucius is in the same. Anybody going to be doing anything, or is everybody pretty much just sitting tight?
Sit tight.
Well,
I can try to talk to him and I can try to touch him and charm him, but I'm not doing that if I don't have to.
Everybody knows you can't talk sense into a giant ape.
Yes.
You can't. They can't.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
No, I think that is the worst idea.
Yeah.
So hey, this guy can talk to us. So let's make him be a pile of wet stuff.
I have seen an ape play nice and race go-karts and
yes, but you also live within several hours of Harambe. I mean, Cincinnati's not that far from you, so
rest in peace, Harambe.
That's right.
Oh,
wow. 6 hours.
I will remember you.
I made the realization the other day that Cincy and Chicago are about equidistant for me. Just weird to think about.
My ping is in the thousands.
Wow.
Hey, we're not playing Quake, so it's cool.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to even bring it down.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
yell real loud.
Pray.
Push those bits.
You gotta get like an extender for here in the room.
Hey. Da, 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 da. We beat the monkeys.
Woo.
We gain experience.
Listen, every day we're not dead is a success.
Hey, we role played the hell out of that.
Wait, how is that counted as a? Why is counted as hostile? What the?
Toby is reminiscing about a legendary musician who once kept an ape as a pet in his ranch that had like a bunch of rides and novelties.
When I was a bear, I remember this monkey, but it was like long tail, very small and skinny, not huge. Like Tumba was remembering those, like it looked more like a squirrel than like an ape, so closer to a monkey, a little bit. But like that's the thing, just doesn't know the word, just knows the animal.
Yes.
Just wandering in the forest for a year, just like you don't learn the word,
dude.
Yes.
Yes, a little dude. There's that little dude, the other little dude, the one that like I ate last week, and then there's another one. Cool. I'm sleepy.
At home, do not eat bushmeat.
Oh, no, most likely has parasites. You gotta really cook the bear. And remember, you shouldn't eat bear anyways, because they might be people.
Yeah. But
even only for a little bit.
Yes. So you guys, you have this like tense moment of these apes, and then they wander through, look around, and keep on wandering past, keep on running past. And there's
Are all our apes gone?
they kind of just keep running and running and off into the distance. And yeah, there's like a sense of like the tension lifting, and it's like, I'll breathe again.
See, I'm still tense because I'm just thinking they're running from something.
Yeah. But yeah, at that point,
that's a good thought.
Yeah. At that point, like, the crew, Grung and Brock, kind of start resetting up the cart, putting it back on the road. I should also like describe who you're with as far as visually for the new members. I forgot that I had like visually described the rest of the people. So like Grung is like a tall, well-built half-orc woman with like very like bright gregarious personality, pretty laid back from like the time you spent like in camp, though they were kind of like trying to like keep you guys calm. They bring a sense of calm but a lot of like humor, and strangely her irises are bright silvery white, so but they're well built, muscular, half-orc woman, broad shoulders, I remember the hair. She's very like gregarious. Stag.
I gave her the traditional orc predator handshake.
Yes. Stag is like a male human that is a little bit older, a little bit gray in the hair, pretty medium height, kind of like.
So he's me.
He's taller than you. It's like his human size. Like a little bit wrinkled in the skin. Oddly, his right hand is replaced by a hook. So he's like a man of the cloth. Then Luca is kind
of Lord's hook.
Yes. Luca is just a human, just a plain human male, about in his 30s, like semi-long like hair, if I remember correctly, plain faced, seems to like work with his hands a lot, as far as you can tell. Seems to be like a similar in like relative build to like Grung, maybe a little bit, obviously more human size rather than half-orc size, but like a little bit muscular, a little bit stronger, with some like rough-hewn hands, some calloused hands. You could ascertain that he is also a driver that tends to like transport people. Yeah, so give you guys, give you guys an idea of who the people are, because I realized I'd like just threw you in and didn't describe your environment and your new people aside from the party. So yeah, you guys kind of gather yourselves together, and kind of like gather the supplies, and start to kind of like recollect yourself.
And Toby talks about there's this writing technique called Chekhov's Beck de Corbin. If you see the Beck de Corbin in the first act, it's going to poke into something and or swing into it by the third act.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a fan of Occam's razor personally, but I just tend to go with what's simplest.
Yeah. And you guys are discussing.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, that's right up there with like, there are people who misuse entomology and say etymology instead, and it really bugs me. Like,
one of the so you guys gonna go gather. I would say Steg kind of walks over as to Toro as he's sitting in the cart and kind of checks in and says like, "All right, my son, well, how are you? Well, how are you holding up? This is another tense moment." And like,
Toro woke up from a nap. A tense moment.
Summer's climbing down from the tree.
You guys
What
are all going to miss
happened?
out on this information about being prepared for a thing to happen based on an omen. Toby is crying into it. At least Pseudo Dragon's listening to me.
Yeah, Pseudo's just
I'm
in
checking
there.
up on Chava.
Yeah, Chava's like just eating grass, just hanging out.
Lucius is also eating grass.
Yeah.
Everybody's just eating grass.
You're the panther, but you're eating grass, so like it's because you have an extra tummy.
Later.
So what happened? What happened with the monkeys?
Weed joke.
Oh, they.
I got.
A couple of big hits.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were all hiding, and then
they
went away
in the nose area and slapped.
Nice.
Yeah, Toby, how are you? You're probably the most traumatized.
I did not consent to any of that, but also
question.
I'm okay. That finger was very large
I gotta
for
know.
my halfling nose.
Can you legitimately? Can you smell better now though? Like, did they clear something? Did it make it worse?
No, I gained no benefits. Only a weird story to remember and tell at a later point.
I mean,
when you think
that actually on my part of my character building, I had to had to have one of my skills, and my skills is I have a story at any moment at any time, which is why I interject. That was my monkey's paw. Like, oh, you have a story for everything. It might not be good, but you can reference to something.
Yeah.
Well, now you have another monkey's paw.
Yeah.
Just right up the nose.
Yeah.
And like Stag is watching the conversation, like, yeah, all right, well, I mean, so yeah, Toro, is it right? You how you holding up? You know, seem to be. You seem to have
you've been honestly, you've been kind of up and down since the whole thing. So, how you feeling, Tiny? Toro, Tiny. Toro.
A man's character is judged by how he performs after trauma.
Sure, but you still have feelings.
I'm doing fine.
All right.
That's nice. He's a doll. He's a doll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, luckily we're gonna get back on the road. Hopefully, I think the team is getting things together. Just hey, if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here.
Thank you for that. Sounds delightful. Let me know what I can do. And he just lays back down.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead.
Dealing with trauma.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta sleep it off.
That's right. Sleep it off.
I'm curious. How
I'm just there, just still like in my ear.
One more. Curious, if you don't mind me asking, how's that? That bracelet was definitely interesting. I'm just curious of like, well, what is it? Is it like just a parlor trick, or does it help with your? I'm more of a obviously I'm more of a man of the cloth and more of a divination oriented, but I'm always curious about how the arcane works.
I have seen and known much of the arcane. This bracelet, though, was given to me by someone important, and I have yet to understand its secrets.
So glib all the time. Listen, they're great with magic. They don't like to brag, but they're great with magic. They know their ways forwards and backwards. I'm not gonna tell them don't like obviously just kind of dismiss it. Listen, I'm not gonna tell them about the bracelet, but you're coming off as a jerk. So listen, obviously, it's they're great. It's frankly, he tends to be a little self-deprecating, a little quiet, but he knows his way around a spell or two.
Mm-hmm.
This woman has not asked me about this bracelet and yet responds for me.
Oh, all the time. Frankly, because if I let you respond, we're gonna end up arrested again, or like before. But frankly, you can say whatever you want to say. It's you're a big boy. But I will speak for you at the end of the day because I know what's best for you. Trust me, I know what's best for you. He's just so small. He's just so small and so full of anger.
Okay, well, thank you, my dear. In the meantime, I have found that I do help. With my place in the temple with the helping guide for on behalf of Pelor, that I do help quite a few wizards and magic and arcane arcanists in my day, and sometimes having a puzzle to work on can be a good focus to deal with, like maybe some stressful times. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to pry too much.
I could certainly use some entertainment on the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Now have this word search of runes and a magic eye poster, and look at this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Toby now has seen at one point an optical illusion poster, and he wants to get one day. But also, canonically, it's Chekhov's Spawn Tune. I found a better pole arm. Chekhov's Spawn Tune.
Nice.
Just for the record.
So
are we all inside the carriage? Are we headed out? Are we not yet headed out?
I mean, you can say that you're like putting everything back together and putting everything back on the road.
I just look over to the who's on my right at the moment, like left and right. Who would be around me, Petey?
I mean, you're wherever you want to be, and depending on where everybody else is, we're just kind of like moving around.
Whoever is most, whoever, the person to your right is the person who would be most interesting to be there.
Yes.
It's just
you can go find whoever you need to talk to. People are around, and you can go find whoever you need to talk to. And
Chavo the goat.
You can say like,
me and Chavo are arguing about whether I should have tried to befriend other animal friends.
Oh, you're trying to open the relationship.
So wait, can I lean over to like? I want to lean over to like Wind and Summer, like, or up in the tree. Are you up in the tree above us in the carriage, or?
No, I'm down now. I'm like, let's say helping with the carriage situation.
Yeah, with the car.
Okay, nice. Good to know.
So I wanted to lean over, like. I think I mean, I'm trying to get to know everybody here. It's a whole new situation. So, do they understand each other, or is it more of like an old Yeller Lassie situation where it's like someone fell down the well?
We're all C-3PO when it comes to Pseudo Dragon.
Yeah.
Pseudo Dragon is the R2D2. It's bloops and bleeps, but we understand it telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal tells good jokes sometimes, but he's just regular old turtle.
Frankly,
but Chavo, he just speaks in pure emotion. Those square pupils in his eyes.
They only know bloodlust.
They tell many tales. That's for sure.
They do.
I just want to know. So then, like maybe later when like the dinner situation comes up, like I don't want to accidentally have a friend for dinner. Like trust me. Have you guys ever been any of these animals? Like, just show of hands. Anybody here been an animal?
Lucius raises
usually
his
I
hand,
ask
like,
because I usually ask because I've been around the
You
block a
just
few
saw me?
times, and it's it's just
Yeah,
no. Of course, I know.
Lucius.
I wanted to double check. Lucius, I wanted Mr. Lucius. Is it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I usually tend to double check because I walk in a
saved
pubs.
versus
You ask for a piece of
polymorph
pork. Yeah, you ask for a hunk of meat, and then they ask you what kind of meat. Then you specify, oh, can I get like a lamb of ox? And then for all of a sudden you have a
That's a great band name.
Lamb of Ox.
lamb of.
Yeah,
wait,
I saw them play
That's like a
Nicodranas
Christian
one time.
and a leg of ox.
You asked
That
for
they
a
open
lamb of
for
ox and a
Mastodon.
turducken. Like,
Oh, absolutely! It was a specialty.
Oh yeah, production open for Lamb of Ox.
Oh my God.
That is something that needs to be in a D&D reference manual. The turducken.
The turducken. What's its CR rating?
I don't know, but it's half man,
Half amazing.
bear, half pig.
It's half man, half a third duck, and a third chicken, and a third turkey.
you
Yeah.
pet one kitty's head and then you pet the other kitty's head. All right, got
I've
it.
had-
Let's-
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. At the end of the day, you got to know your dietary restrictions because, frankly, you don't know who's gonna like your. I once met a Triton, and when you're asking for salmon the next day, it's a weird conversation, like for breakfast after dinner. So I'm just trying to find out who here has like actual speaky words versus
Alright.
who is just the.
As Toby, I'm going to ask Lucius. Lucius, so like you're not much of a meat eater, but like, what happens when you turn into a big cat and like a gazelle runs by?
Like, do you get hungry about it?
Do you have
Is
the
it a
natural
Madagascar-
urge to chase? Like,
I'm
explain to me. I need a story to tell.
Too.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this whole like animal shape, dude. Like, how much animal and how much man is there?
On my end, it was
It's a
like
manimal.
mainly me, but it was
Yes.
weird. It was like a numb hand feeling. How about you, Mr. Lucius?
Oh, it's kind of it's all there, but
All
the
of it?
urges
Uh-huh.
the urges are still the urges are stronger when you're
Does it feel like yoga?
the
'Cause
natural of yoga.
I mean, like when you're in the
Ugh.
pose, does it feel like, oh my god, my back, or does it feel like, this is very comfortable? Like because you're
it's
used to
very
the upright.
comfortable.
Yeah, you're used to the upright, but then when you're on all fours, you're expecting like your person brain to be like, I'm on all fours, this should hurt. Why isn't it hurting?
No, you become a cat and you're like, oh man, being a cat's great. And
Yeah.
then
Jealous.
when you're
cat?
When you're a cat, you're a cat all the
everybody
way.
wants to be a cat.
Everybody
The
wants
cat's
to
the
be
only
a cat.
that knows where it's at.
Also, I'm pretty sure I had a Basilurkin once.
Ooh.
Just somebody stuffed a turkey and a chicken inside of a basilisk. They didn't really do it one inside the
That
other. They
doesn't-
just kind of shoved them both in.
That has to taste like gator.
Something like
Everybody's
that.
just having a conversation like favorite meals.
Well, you're all having at this point. You're all having all this conversation already moving on the road.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
You're just
That was
moving on the road,
with
just talking.
The Batman symbol flies into the screen and spins its way out, and here we are on the road.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, they kind of just left it. They left the turkey and the chicken inside the basilisk just overnight.
Yeah, I think that's no. Don't eat that.
Yeah, don't age your turduckens.
Oh, I did that. It was a little gamey, but it was fine.
Hey, I guess us halflings might have a different digestive tract.
What kind of spices do halflings tend to stick with? Like, frankly, because
Tobacco.
And Brock is in the
food.
Brock is in the cart in the back. Whoever's nearby. Is anybody sitting next to Brock in the cart, in the second cart?
Yes, I'm over by Brock.
He turns to you real quick, and it wasn't fine.
I give a thumbs up and a nod.
Oh yeah, and Brock is like a bigger, actual full orc, but like has like seems to be outfitted for tracking. So he drives the second, like the cart that rides behind the carriage. Very gruff
He's the
demeanor.
Worf of our party.
Very gruff demeanor. Very low key. Very quiet. He speaks very little. He's the silent Bob to Grung's Jay.
Seems legit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So are we there yet? Are we there yet? To quote Wienerville's Boney.
Oh, what popped in my ear?
Yeah, I heard a pop as well.
Like, what?
I was looking for notifications on my end,
Yeah,
but you reacted.
I was looking at like, okay, I know I have a couple of weird websites open somewhere. Was that where the noise came from? Was it Xbox?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was looking up what a spontoon was earlier, sometimes known as S-pontoon.
Yes.
I thought it's a Switch game with squids and shooting and paint.
That's right. They're
Nice.
squids and they're kids.
Yeah.
Squid and the kid and the squid. Yeah. So, is there anything you guys want to discuss or have any conversation you guys have?
So, what do you guys want to? What's your guys' plan when we get to the big city?
The big city. We're going to Guarden.
Yeah, the big city. I don't think y'all realize I come from like a cabin. It's just me, my mama, and my papa for a while at least when we were younger, and then I went to the big city. And usually the city I first went to was the big city. And I'm pretty sure that's just all cities.
Have you not heard the tales of my people, Dildo Daggins and Shaggleby Daggins and the holes they live in? Like but also, Daggins. Yes. It just, this is going to be, we all have different reasons for going where we're going. Mm-hmm. Some of us just need fresh meat to, you play your music so much in one town, you get the town gets tired of you, but not nearly as much as you get tired of the town.
You're traveling, man. So you're just traveling to see what you can see.
Trying to make a living and doing the best that I can.
Billy Joel in it. Awesome.
Toro woke up in the middle of their conversation. He's just been listening quietly in the background. And he leans over to Tumbao and he goes, "What if someone recognizes us?"
I mean, statistically, me more than you, but I think we'll be okay. It's just stick close to me. You stick close to me. You stick close to me. You know.
He's whispering. He's like uber whispering again, forgetting that he can just communicate with her telepathically. He's like uber whispering. He's like, "I don't want any of these people to get hurt."
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna hurt him?
Hear any of that?
Are you?
Yeah.
How stealthily do you try to like?
Can we roll? Yeah.
Did I roll?
We should.
roll.
You could try to. Let me see. What is the roll?
Would it be insight versus
like
deception
for perception?
Or stealth versus.
I would say stealth probably versus passive perception or anything.
Yeah, probably passive.
The sneakiness of stealth.
Yeah, stealth. Or stealth.
Okay.
Try to be sneaky.
Can you hide in the shadow? Can you whisper really
good? Nice roll.
Yeah, you don't know.
You need me to roll as well?
Seem, if you're trying to whisper, then yes.
Yeah, I'll whisper back.
Whatever you want to whisper back.
Let me see. This another.
Oh my god! If your roll doesn't come out and mine did.
Let's find out. 21.
Yeah, Lucius hears both sides of the conversation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lucius has a passive perception of 22.
Damn.
Yeah, I was.
Cool.
Yes.
Lucius
Nobody
hears
else,
all.
but I'm pretty sure nobody else hears, but Lucius. But as far as you know, you're very subtle and very stealthy with your speech. As far as you know.
Yeah. So I go ahead and try to like settle like a little like, listen, I think we're gonna be okay. Yes. Let them take care of them. We're bumming a ride. We were in a rough situation. They helped us out. You're not planning on hurting them. They seem fine. We keep it up, keep our guard, and when we get there, we'll move from there. If they want to stick around, we stick around. It's another story. But right now, be cordial. That's all we gotta do.
Do you think that we should send a letter, or should we follow what?
I think maybe keeping it a little closer to the chest. And we did again outside of your little thunder step there. You overstepped your boundaries. You weren't paying attention. It's fine. It happens. You and I, we work together. We stick close to us. Play nice. Maybe we might get some help. Worst case scenario, maybe a nice bed. But we'll make our way. And like they kind of like settles back down in the chair and like stretch. So with the tail, just pointing over at Summer this time, with the tail, like, do you ever try to like grab stuff like same way I try to pick up stuff with my foot? Just moving on with like regular conversation again.
Toby interjects, oh, you mean prehensile?
Yeah. Just obviously not aware of how anything works, but just clearly trying to be like polite in like what they think is polite.
Are you talking like what those little dudes in the woods do?
Oh yeah.
Summer's just gonna look at you and like do like a thinking like almost like she didn't even ever think that was an option, but then just say no.
I'm just thinking like you're like testing like.
No.
It does that like while she's thinking, does that like flick that cats do?
Nah.
But it's like no.
You know what I heard was
sticks off the ground.
I was always jealous of the tail having races because someone told me a long time ago that they were in an emergency. I remember a friend of mine told me this story about a friend of theirs where he had he went out drinking with a group of friends of his, and this one, what was he? He was a tabaxi. Yeah, he was a tabaxi, I think, as well. Had a ring of feather fall on his tail, hidden in the fur. And so he liked to gamble, he liked to drink, and he thought he was having a good time. But a couple of guys got a little too deep in the bets. A couple of guys came in, picked him up by the shoulders, and unfortunately, near this little town of his was a pretty deep ravine. Went ahead, threw him off, woke up at the bottom of the ravine, woke up, and that's why you keep something like that on you at that.
Toby remembers, as he describes, I once went to this faraway town that spoke a different language, and they had a comic strip about a small child with a tail and wore it like a belt. And when the moon got big, it turned into a giant monkey man. I think his name was Gopon.
Gachapon.
Or Gopu.
Gopu. I could stand to go poo in a little bit.
I am.
Oh, we got any rest stops ahead?
Yeah, there's gonna be spots. We got camp coming up ahead.
Is it getting about camp time?
Or is there only Loves?
Oh yeah, we gotta go to the Flying J. Yeah,
we gotta go. Yeah, we're in the mid. We're on the coast, so this is we're on the. I almost feel like this is the equivalent to the East Coast in the States. So like we got the Exandrian Wawas still at this point.
Oh, okay. Because like if there's a Buc-ee's, I can wait.
Yes.
But
yeah, there is.
Not,
it's
then,
surprisingly.
Like, the
there was a
Flying J.
Bucky sign like 300 miles back that way,
Right.
and we still got like 300 miles to go before we see a Bucky's.
Waiting on ye old sheets.
That's more up by that's more of something you find over in the Zemni Fields by Brexton, the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, as you get, so what we're gonna do, so that I think I mentioned that this at this point you guys kind of fall into a rhythm of steady travel, safe, steady travel, and you're gonna mostly pretty much do this next like week or so in
Week
down or a few days, or roughly like a little bit under, like I think like like honestly at this, like since you're here, probably just like a few like maybe 3 or 4 days.
As Matt checks the lunar calendar aggressively.
Let me okay, so we went, let me also check the regular calendar in game so I can make sure I move forward in time.
Oh man, we got graphics.
Ooh.
It made random weather. I forgot that it does that.
Cool.
We got a low pressure system moving in.
Oh.
Hey, Petey, kind of like an out of game question, but did you tell Chris and V about like any of our previous adventures?
We're
No,
I
Like a
shot
whole
Mega
lot.
the splash in the ass.
like the
We-
puppet shop or anything?
So,
nothing you
very
haven't
much-
told them.
Yeah, very
there
much
was
like
a
our
hoe.
characters, we don't know.
Okay.
That's why we're happy to like learn about some of these adventures. We're just trying to figure out like as much like context as we're lacking makes the story just as fun, because we're like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, like who
It's
are
so-
they?
Absolutely. Who are they?
Yeah, I mean, you
They are
guys
the
have
moment.
heard me heard Toby reference a pitchfork that made him able to speak with a horse.
See
more
what
than
I mean?
once.
See how common it is
Yeah.
accidentally talking to horses, and then you find out they're people on the inside, but they just have horse parts, and you're just sitting there like,
Wilbur.
exactly. So you ask. This is what we
Yeah,
ask.
is
friends.
this horse a horse? Of course, of course.
But in the meantime, is there anything you guys do along the way?
Hey, Lucius, you want to go foraging? Wink, wink.
Yeah, let's go forage.
Yeah, let's see what kind of twigs and berries and myconids we can run into.
Oh, I'll find you some twigs and berries.
So you guys go off and you forage. Do you guys
Bisexual bard and hippie druid.
Nice.
So we're just taking like a little rest stop while they're out going and making a little pickup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
set up
looking
a
for the
hammock.
mushrooms that like Mario gets, makes him big.
Oh,
'Cause
fun.
I'm little.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna
It'll
get
make you
cozy,
feel
set up
big.
a hammock.
But yeah. So you guys go off and is this to set up a private conversation you guys have?
No, it's
I'll
just
walk
because
over
it
to
smells,
Toro
it
and
smells
stay
like
close
work.
by. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
But
Toby
I'd
and I
rather
really need
smell
to-
something that Lucius has in one of his pockets.
Yeah, we better go find some more supplies.
That's right.
And
Gotta
so-
sell my water skin.
While you're sharing, do you guys have like any conversation or anything? Like, you guys discuss anything?
Um,
I'm gonna head on, wander
Lucius
over.
will keep an eye out for any interesting plants.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for because I'm lower to the ground. I'm good at looking
Mhm.
for interesting fungus.
Yeah, Lucius will be like, okay, so when you're looking for this one, you kind of want to, keep an eye out for a mushroom about this shape. If you see anything, let me know. Now they may be kind of covered with dirt, so you kind of have to keep it, look at it a certain
Audubon
way.
Society.
And
Damn.
then like while you guys do that real quick, Brock goes to Solero. He's like, hey, wanna help me scout ahead and make sure that the campsite area is all right?
I take my bow out and I look behind me to try to find Chavo. I motion to him to stop eating the grass and to come on.
And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you're gonna Ranger gonna range. Go range.
And then you guys.
That scout though.
Yes, you guys kind of as you guys they Brock and Solero going ahead together. Why am I stretched? Holy moly! Let me just fix myself in camera real quick.
I highly suggest a fidget toy like Silly Putty.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun thing.
Silly Putty.
I mean, I keep looking at the
like
Skype video.
I feel like I could
pick
not
one
be
up.
trusted with Silly Putty.
I only.
All right, and then as you guys make it a little bit ahead. Are you hearing me, Drew?
I heard a bunch of beeps and
Okay.
I'm still hearing you again.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we moved over into the whisper area. It's like.
Oh, okay. I was real confused because all of a sudden I heard and then
yeah.
nothing happened for a second, and then you just started talking, and I was like, wait, what?
As you guys kind of go on out ahead, Brock turns to you, like, well, so Lucius and I noticed some weird with that Tumbao guy. We heard him try to quietly whisper something to himself, like he was replying to a message. Like he was somebody had communicated with him. I don't know. I'm not really, I'm more, we're roughing it out here. We don't, you know a little bit more, magic better than I do, but it's not my, arcane isn't my thing. But I think I've heard where people talk in your head and you can reply.
Yeah.
I remember he said something about, don't worry, we'll make it. We'll get exactly what as we need. I'm a professional.
And he just, there was no one he was talking to?
No, he was definitely, trying to not be heard. But, me and Lucius, that's our business. that's our work. So obviously we heard it. I don't know. It could be nothing. I was just, you guys are pretty cool. Make sure that things are okay.
I've been worried we've let these two in too quickly without knowing enough. They're referencing some pretty weird stuff and seem to be talking around a lot of things at times. I don't know if I fully trust it. But I will need to speak with Lucius and see if we can't get something going as far as trying to figure out there is maybe a more benevolent component to this.
Yeah. I've one more thing. That I'm pretty sure they mentioned they were both wizards. I've never seen a wizard be that skilled at stealth. At kind of scouting and being hidden, and I know stealth, I know hiding, I know camouflage. There's a level that, there's levels and skill, and it seems very trained.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe they're not from exactly where they've said they were.
Yeah. yeah, I just wanted to, just check in because I know you. I've been checking in with everybody one by one.
Gotcha.
Or talk to Lucius and yeah. Anyways, well, let's stop for a moment. I gotta go take a piss. And he breaks off, and then you guys go on, and you guys scout, and 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 you guys, and you guys, scout ahead, find a good campsite, and come back to the group and everything.
All right.
Unless there's anything else, let me move you guys back. All right. And in the meantime, unless there's something else that, okay.
That guy went on to make art for Game of Thrones.
Nice.
And
There's Kurt Russell from the thing.
That's
Gimli.
the thing. Doing the thing.
Can't see now, but yeah.
With
Anyway,
the thing.
sounds like everybody's back now.
Nice.
And that's the second Gimli. That's
Oh,
first
sorry.
Gimli.
One more.
Party
Party
bear. Party
That's
bear.
right.
If you know, you know.
That's right. St. Louis's own. Look at that weird derpy face. It's accurate. Killer
Okay.
Mike knows. Party bear.
But yeah, Toby and Lucius go off foraging and come back a little, a little bit more.
Oh, my
light.
allergies are so bad this time of year. Oh, and my nose is itchy and my eyes are all red.
Did we find anything? Can I roll a survival check?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a survival check. See how much you find. You find stuff, obviously, but it's just a matter of how much.
Do a survival check.
Oh, nice.
You did pretty good.
Sweet.
You
So-
find a bunch of I would say you pretty much find a good amount of anything you think of around like a subtropical area. Good herbs, good mushrooms, especially mushrooms. Anything you could think like could grow.
No
avocado,
lemon.
my
You
dude.
don't find
I'm
lemons.
all red.
Yes. Some stuff that are out there in the wild, if you useful like a plant that you can at least take some seeds out of if you need to grow.
Oh, hey,
your own
there's some
stuff.
wolf's bane, Lucius.
Nice.
But yeah, you get a good supply of it.
While we're out there, I do tell Tony. I almost said Tony.
Tony.
Hey, I'm
Dude.
Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Do you want to tell him something in confidence?
Racist.
I'm Tony
Sure.
Underborough.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you
Fuck
guys.
your
We're
mother.
gonna do it here. All right, move you guys here. All right, let me. Oh, sorry. Don't ask again. All right, there you go.
Oh,
So
okay, here we. Yeah, so I tell him, listen, I heard Tumbao and the other one that Lucius would remember. What's the other one's name?
Toro.
Toro. I don't know that they're what I would say that I don't know that they're what they appear to be, but I feel like we haven't really asked them, so I don't know if we could say they appear to be anything.
I don't hear a Brett.
I can't hear Brett. Brett, does Discord say RTC connecting? Because it did that for me, and I had to disconnect and reconnect. It's one word.
Farfinugan.
Arfignugan.
Schadenfreude. Shusha.
Yusha.
Amen.
All right. Now it says you. I would say now it says you're deafened, but
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
There.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Because now I can't hear you guys.
Oh, fuck me. That's what we get for trying to be clever, I guess.
That's what I get. That's
Next time we just deafen everybody.
yeah. Just shut up. Everybody should stop listening.
Yeah.
Why am I writing? For a second there, I started writing audio issues, but backwards. I don't know why.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Can you testes 1 2 3?
Tricycle. Ice, icicle. Testing 1 2 1 2. The flow was so good. I was making jokes about something.
Yeah.
I already forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. There. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Testing.
Check. I can hear you.
Okay. Perfect.
Beautiful.
I had to completely make Discord occur again in like a very manual way.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Brett, I started to tell you that you were deafened, and then I realized that you were deafened. And
Yeah, no,
would not be
I
able to
actually
hear
had
me.
things to say. Toby, in response to you saying that we haven't asked them and they haven't really told us whether they're on the up and up, mainly because we haven't asked. Toby is going to say, as Toby, well, I don't think that they are much of a threat. And again, I've reminded them multiple times, well, we ain't the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's very good that we didn't, or that we made it clear that we're not the cops.
Mhm.
I can't tell exactly what happened. I don't know what exactly happened, but it seems like they're maybe on the run. Something about not being able to be seen, and
however did you come up with this investigative skill? No, they have been nothing but cagey and weird about everything.
Yeah. They also, Matt can't remember the context for this, but Lucius would, and he says, I also remember one of them previously said, we'll get exactly as we need. I'm a professional.
Right, that was Tumbao. You heard him kind of like almost try to whisper to himself, like he was maybe like a little bit more about.
Oh yeah, that was
sending.
like the sending thing.
Like it seemed like maybe replying to the sending spell. You're a little bit more familiar with like those like the communication spells, but it seemed like he might have been replying to somebody communicating with him.
Yeah. And Lucius would relay that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Weird.
We all have our past. We all have things that we're not proud of. I do have a little bit of concern about, what might happen if we're seen with them.
Well, we haven't been deputized lately, so we don't have that burden.
True.
Yeah, we don't know the cops in this area. At least I hope we don't. Gonna be weird because it's a strange thing for them to be hiding so much from, Turtle Man, Cat Lady, and this ragtag bunch of weirdos that kind of work outside of the law anyway. So, I don't know.
Lucius.
Yeah. I have to keep an eye. I'm not certain what to think on any of this.
Yeah, just
That's weird.
Keep your head up.
Toby will remember this.
Yeah. There's one. And he points out a mushroom.
Oh, hey. I think that's a morel. I'm gonna do a normal nature check. Yep, that's a morel.
Nice.
All right. Is there anything else you guys discussed, or that pretty much is the conversation? Other than
Man, why do these things always live under the weirdest animal shit?
You got me, man. The weirder the animal, the better the trip. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
20
they're
degrees.
All right, we're
20
back.
degrees for us is like pretty cold, honestly.
That's
Oh, for sure.
pretty cold.
If I went to Miami and it was 20 degrees, I would be mad.
Oh yeah, I would be mad.
I
too.
mean,
She was talking about
If
going to
you-
New York
if
and
you-
it was 20.
Oh,
yeah, but if you came to Miami and it was anything less than 70, you should be mad, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
Oh my
be
God!
made
Could
to
you
read
imagine if Miami would hit 20 degrees?
That would
No,
be the sign of the apocalypse.
Oh, absolutely,
That'd be-
absolutely, sign of the apocalypse. The iguanas
Lizards
would
would
fall from
die.
the tree. Yeah, like hail. They would fall from the trees like rain.
They already do when it
Gross.
gets like 60.
Yeah.
cold blood works that way.
It's
You have, like,
funny.
the
It's like
floating.
they fall and then
Which
just
would
like
suck
and they just
because
fall
then-
asleep.
Yeah, and it's at least it's been killing the bugs.
You know what I would do
In the
though,
you know.
like if I had the means to, I would have like winter iguana buddies. Like have an area set up where they can keep warm in my backyard.
Aw.
And you can
Just
feed
like-
them plantains.
You
Yeah,
gotta
just
keep
like
them
a
caged 'cause
winter
they are
winter
invasive.
iguana heaters.
Yeah.
Mm.
We can like contain them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are an invasive species. So it's like,
Kind of like
Sure.
New Yorkers. Whoa.
kind of.
New York. Also,
That was
we
the other
were.
funny thing.
I
Yeah.
was also gonna make a card that said audio issues, but for some reason I started writing it backwards as if I was gonna be holding it up to a selfie cam. For some reason, I don't know. Why. So I was like, I wrote the A over here. But I'm like, wait.
Just the fact that you can write backwards on command, I would sit there like, how?
I can read upside down. I don't know if anybody
I
else
can read upside down, but I can't write backwards on command.
I think you guys also missed out on the amazing technical difficulties that I had trying to have a conversation with my druid friend. It involved completely telling Discord to go away and come back. So look forward to that if you ever want to have a private conversation. Thank
but
you,
yes,
Discord.
yes. But yeah, you know, Toby and Lucius
I got
come back-
morels.
got morels. They come back with a stat and you know with suspicious, seemingly a little bit happier and a little bit lighter in mood.
And like I said, the my allergies are so bad, so bad over here. Oh, I'm all plugged up in my nose, and I'm all my sinus a little rosy cheeked. Oh,
yeah. And
my mouth is real dry. I've been asking for
My fists are
jerky.
sniffing the air. Huh.
And after a little bit more time, Brock and Solero come back from their scouting trip, and get back with the crew, and you guys start heading out.
So what'd you scout, Scouty Scout, McScout Scouts?
Pretty.
Kind
All
of
clear.
shifty eye look over.
Pretty clear up ahead.
Oh, well, that's pretty okay by me.
Sounds like a good trip then.
If you're not finding dead horses in the middle of the road, we're doing better than what we've done.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, thank you, Brock. Thank you, Solero. All right,
Thank you for your service.
Always glad to help.
All right, now you guys continue writing. Is there anything else you guys do throughout the next couple of days? Any other conversations you have in the meantime?
I'm pretty sure Toombao asked us like what we're doing in Gordon. Pretty sure that came up like an hour ago or something.
That was days ago.
You know, we grazed over that. And then so reading through the notes that I've taken, I think we're still headed there because of some clue that Roundabout Jen was spotted in Gordon. Does this sound right?
Well, you were heading to Gordon to then head to. This is, I don't know how much you're gonna give over to them, but you're heading to Gordon as a place to stop. And then you were gonna head up to your village to check in on what's going on there, and then from there you were gonna keep going further north to a village, like a town, further north, a little bit more colder areas, a little bit past like a little bit further north in your village. And there they'd heard you were just going to go there to gather clues, information, ask around about what they saw of Roundabout Jen, things like that.
Okay.
They figured because it's a little bit remote, they wanted to send you guys to just go and ask around and investigate what clues may come from there. Just to,
traffic
just to
circle
check in.
Jen.
Yes.
Can I roll
how much?
history?
Well, up to it's up to Wind and Summer how much she relays.
Yeah, how much do you relay Wind and Summer?
Wind and Summer have a big mouth, so just like all of it.
Okay. There you go.
I was thinking, like, how far do we go back? Because I have a note that, like, we noticed a bounty for Roundabout Jen, and then we ended up on, oh gosh.
Who's Roundabout Jen?
It was somebody that they were somebody that wanted for various things, burglaries, thefts, high stakes thefts, and
are we talking like Ocean's 11ing?
Like
Lupin the Third.
Yeah, like a roguish figure. Yeah.
Carmen de San Diego, perhaps.
Why are we bounty hunting? Are we always bounty hunting?
I mean, I'm not bounty hunting unless you think a bounty is a stage and the money that I make off of rubes.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like suspicious happened with the guard, where he was like, "Oh, ignore that" or something. Maybe I'm getting my
honestly, it could have been a year ago that Roundabout Jen showed up.
Yeah.
It's from the Marquis. We visited the Marquis, and she said Jen is a very experienced thief. Rumor is she killed multiple guards, and it's a bit of a hike to get there. She was last seen a little northwest of Gordon, near Camor.
Yeah.
Was this the person that we met inside of the place with the horse that we talked to?
No.
Because there was a colleague that I met.
Yeah, it was somebody else.
Okay,
yeah, but I think that happened after I think we found this bounty.
Yeah.
Because then there was like
things in the worst way, but yeah, I'm glad you understood
well,
that.
then there's the note about the pitchfork of Horse Command.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, when you need your equine speech time.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there was the I don't know, who was the person with the red skin? Was it some sort of demon or
that's like devil that you
devil?
Yeah, that and you had a run-in of possibly it being having a little bit of a grudge and
devil with a grudge. Was that in the tree?
He escaped. No, that was in the brothel that you fought him.
Okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't the Taylor Swift getting killed. Okay.
I've posted Roundabout Jen to the Through the Tomes chat. There's
Thank you.
one of the 2 pictures that I have in my show notes, everybody.
Oh, that's a bad place to put a rose.
Is it a tattoo or is it like
to put
tucked in?
No, I was thinking it's a Supergirl boob window, and there's an actual thorny rose sticking in there.
I think they said that there's there's tattoos.
Power Girl.
It might be a tattoo. I believe that's like the description.
That is a great watercolored, like double exposure looking description. So Toby will describe it as a
mic stand.
Yeah, this is called the Karen haircut. If one were to describe it,
the Karen.
Yes. the Karenina.
Hey, easy with the language. Like that's a slurm. It's a slurm north.
Slurm.
Yeah, Tony Underborough is full of them.
Yes. The slurm.
That's a curse word in orc. Orc curse.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Forget about it.
I was trying to think like how I could give like kind of a quick rundown of some things that happened and how this intertwines.
You know, if you can remember it, Wind in Summer, I would love to hear it.
Well, I have my 14 pages of notes with lots of bullet points that I'm looking through. But yeah, so there's the whole thing like we rescued Midrin, who was held hostage by the devil guy, whatever, in that brothel, like back in the warehouse. This is the same storyline as finding the pitchfork of Force Command.
You fought the devil and then he escaped.
This guy's wife was looking for him, and we found him in a brothel.
We found him in a ruin. We found him in a ruins in ruins outside of the city after getting info in the brothel. But he's
the ruins where we fought a shark.
Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?
Yeah, we also fought a shark.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. Found more dudes in a watery area. ... Shark. All in caps.
We had a Tomb Raider fucking adventure where a shark tried to eat our ass.
Yeah, and then right after that, next bullet point, we ignored voices behind a door, but it sounded like a hashtag bless this mess hall. Remember bless this mess hall?
Oh my god.
I need to make that sign above the door. That was a fun little time.
Yes.
Let's see. So we rescued Midrin, who is a lord?
Yeah, like a noble, a businessman.
Noble,
kind of like
in Port Damali, reunited him with his wife. They ugly cried. It was a beautiful scene. Lucius went away for a couple weeks, took some time off.
A couple days, I think more.
Was it a couple? Okay, I thought it was a couple.
It was
weeks.
a couple of days.
It was like probably like 2 months in real time.
He takes time off on his cycle, you know.
It was a couple weeks in real time.
It felt like 3 months in real time.
Yeah, it was like we had Lucius Guy Den that none of us were invited to.
Summer got accepted into the
for a while.
Cobalt Soul.
You got your ass kicked.
Library of the Cobalt Soul, but you did, you got a lot of training and learned a lot of stuff.
Congratulations with the Cobalt Soul. Yeah, I've been talking like little bits this whole time, and I think my mic was slightly I gotta get a new mic cord because it keeps unplugging from my blue microphone.
Yeah.
So like, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Sorry if we were talking over you. Didn't hear you.
No. I was also listening too. I was also pretty quiet, so I was like, that's why I didn't even notice until just now. Because I was like, oh wow, this is fascinating. We're enjoying the story time, but like, I looked over and the light was just off.
Yeah. So after that, that's when we went to Meryl's Puppet Emporium. Everybody, and there were a bunch of like cultists.
There are things that we cannot speak of because the words don't know that.
Yes.
But I got this cool stuffed wolf.
Yeah.
And they're like tentacles.
It's like toy, just like
it's
shaking
like a
in horror, but just
I just keep muttering in the corner about lemons during
you see, like from out of nowhere, Lucius has produced this like
from Hammer
basically
Space.
full-size wolf.
I don't trust that thing. Lucius, I don't like that thing. You know I
Pull
don't
it
like
out of the
that.
cart.
I have
Toby
my
is-
doubts, but
I don't like
He's my
that thing,
friend.
and we've got reason. I have my regrets for buying a puppet, but it is a ventriloquist dummy.
you have your regrets for not buying a puppet.
Did you
But
just
I have
did
no
you bring
regrets.
Slappy along on this road trip?
Mm-hmm.
No, he has, you know, Chucky.
Yeah.
He like we had to deal with Chucky times a million, and
That's a lot of
we barely survived. And then like
Gosh.
This
And
one would
then-
have activated by now if it was.
Gee, Tommy.
I don't know. You never know. There's weird things that could happen.
So we have Lucius bought a winter wolf plushie and absolutely loves it. Heart
You
emoticon.
Did you buy
There
it?
you
Did you
go.
actually spend money
I
on
think
it?
you just
I-
grabbed it.
I-
Oh no, you
no,
bought it.
I bought it, but then I bought it and I put money down. I think because we were investigating, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this as a cover, and then
The worker just walked off. Yeah.
She walked off, so I took my money back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 'Cause there was like a worker
My
completely
intention was to
uninvolved.
buy it,
Yeah.
but then
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the archivist whose notes
got no job.
we are reading off of.
And then after Lucius bought the puppet, I'm not going to go through everything, but some of these are just gold. Everyone but Toby and I beat up a dude sitting on a toilet.
Yeah, I was not a part
So,
of that.
you know, little moments like that, you guys. But
They're
okay, yeah.
bonding
So,
experiences.
No,
All right, so
we
we-
all almost died. Some of us probably should have died
Heavy
during all of
bonding
these
moments.
encounters.
Trauma bonding, if you will.
Yeah.
yeah,
Band of
I almost got
brothers.
killed by a teddy bear. Noted that here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Had tentacles.
How
yeah.
does it feel?
So we rescued the person that we were searching for, and then we burned the place down.
Yeah.
We barely
Uh,
got out of the burning building.
Okay, Toby, you'll feel better to remember Lucius cast Dispel Magic on his stuffed wolf, just in case.
Oh, okay. Thanks for
So-
clearing that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there you go. You're good
Keeper
now.
of the records.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
cool.
good now.
Ooh, just you can sleep better at night.
I still don't trust that thing.
The monk is
Yeah.
a note-keeping bookworm. Weird.
I would.
Like,
So
I can detect magic, and I don't like that thing even.
So the lady we rescued from the puppet shop said she was investigating some odd shipments to the puppet store.
Yeah.
Just a
I
heads
mean,
up,
aren't
yeah. So we
all
got
puppet
her-
shipments odd?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I don't
you go to the puppet emporium that's shipping out truckloads of these puppets to
I'm thinking
the
of just-
regional puppet stores.
I'm thinking of sailors on the docks at like 6 in the morning, like in yellow slinger, just. Hey, we gotta make sure we get this next shipment of puppets.
Oh, it definitely was a topic of conversation. Wait, this place just sells puppets. How does this place stay in business? It's like the yarn shop in Fountain Square here in Indiana. How do you keep a business afloat on puppets?
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds. There were hand puppets, there were marionettes, there were all kinds of puppets.
Yeah.
Some
And-
weird ones made out of felt that looked like animals, kind of.
Yeah. And I feel
we-
like Summer
I
would,
think
there were no
Blue
Summer
thing?
would make a
were no
memory
Muppets.
of the reunion of what was Dance
Dude and his wife.
Who are you
lady and
thinking
her
about?
wife. Yeah.
Oh. That's
The
so a
guard
different.
lady.
That is
The-
so the lady with an easel and
It was
her cop wife.
Winona was the guard, right?
Well, Winona was the wife that wanted you to find the guard and
Okay, the guard was dancing in the rain.
dancing in the rain. So
Oh,
find her
Good,
wife.
good for him.
Good for her.
Yeah.
They're both her.
Oh, good for them.
It is hard to keep track of because Petey is the voice of everything.
And I am not a voice actor. I am Matthew
It's a
Mercer.
skill,
I am
apparently.
not.
He
I
is
may have
better
the
than
long
what mine would
hair
be.
and the. I may have the long hair and the painted nails, but I don't have the skills. At least not the voice acting skills. I try my best.
Couple more things here. So after we reunited those two, then Summer found out someone had paid for her tuition fees for the Cobalt Soul. So what was it? We got a letter and said it was from Midrin, the guy we
Yeah.
had initially rescued from the weird cave with the shark, cave
Yeah.
shark,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all that whole connection thing. Found out he was like, "What? I did not pay off your debt. This is weird." And then we found out that the letter was actually some type of puzzle, and Solero solved it, and it said, "I know who you all are. Our business is not done. I will hunt you down. You will pay eventually."
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
I was about
That's
to say,
pretty
I
creepy.
want to get a letter saying my student loans are paid off, but not anymore.
It'd be nice, yeah. So basically, right after that, it was Midrin, the guy we rescued, offered us this carriage and safe passage to Gordon. And that's how we ended up where we are.
You missed out on, there was a time when we had scuba bubbles that we put on our head and we swam underwater, under the sea. Life is much better down where it's wetter.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago.
that was a long
you're-
time ago.
So your next thing that you're trying to accomplish in Guardian would be meeting with
I think we're just stopping off, just to rest up. Is it Mortal speaks up? Like,
Thank you, Mortal.
Yeah.
Mortal the turtle.
Yes,
He's a turtle with like some like he had goggles on his head, and he has like these like tinkering tools, and he's like he's an artificer. He's a tortificer, as I like to say. He's like, we're just gonna stop off and we're gonna visit Summer's village, because I think there was some stuff over there. I'm just excited because it's gonna be fun to see Summer's home.
Yeah.
what kind of home is it?
It's a Tudor
Sweet
house.
home.
It's
Oh,
a
is it like an
very,
actual house, or is it like
no,
a
it's like
village?
it's a whole like sprawling village of
That's where
many
the heart
houses.
is.
It's a kingdom of mushrooms.
Yes.
And there is a temple to Paylor.
Of the dog.
It's been a while.
This has been a
I was
while.
gonna say, we
Gone
haven't gotten
hungry.
into the dog yet.
Hey, you're the one that you'll have to like look to your design notes of because you're the one
Yeah,
that designed the
God.
village.
Yeah, that's, yeah. I drew a map. That's
Yeah.
right. That was fun. Okay, so the other thing too is we're also heading there because, y'all, I have this backstory about this little puzzle cube
Oh,
from
yeah.
my hometown, and it's a whole thing, but there's been
it
some
like
more developments about this thing.
Yes, it's
Yeah, it's like a
Hellraiser.
little,
If you're wondering,
a
yes,
little
it's
puzzle,
Hellraiser.
like
Oh,
sphere.
Sphere.
Yeah.
Puzzle sphere. Yeah.
It's spherical.
And
Yeah.
so
Game
So
sphere.
some folks from the Cobalt Soul Library head up there to do some investigations, and then they've also asked me to go check it out.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
because
stop
the
by the
Cobalt-
hometown.
they told you that it was missing.
Petey, can I do a history check on what I know of the Cobalt Soul for an in-character
yeah.
like knowledge check?
Yeah, you can do like a little bit of an intelligence or history check just to see how much you remember off the top of your head. It's something you'll know. I can tell you that you'll know a good amount and automatically because it's a known thing because it's like a whole like city library.
Yeah.
So
It's
I mean,
where
I
I
got
found
you.
out about the gestation.
Maybe
period
not
of an
because I
orc.
got a 10.
Yeah, but I mean, based on everybody, like remember, everybody knows the libraries and archives that exist in the various cities, for the Cobalt Soul, and that they, are specialized in preservation of knowledge and history, and uncovering the history and making sure that it's preserved and accessible, and available to the public. And then there's like a lot of like uncovering corruption sometimes. But that's about it. I mean, you don't know much else about how it's working or like you just realize, oh, they I guess they have monks there, or because Summer saying that she got signed as like a monk for them. Like I they have monks, or I don't know. I know that it's like a library, and that the one thing you definitely know is oh yeah, so the because of your story with the people as a wizard, the people that you were working, the assembly, I think into the details, but know that there's a kind of like semi-competitive adversarial relationship between like the Cerberus assembly and some of them and the Cobalt Soul. There's agreements, but then there's like conflict and because there's some secrecy on that side, and they're on the Cobalt Soul side they're very much the uncoverers of secrets. So
hey mortal, is there a college in Gordon? A bard college?
But probably like some like small
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, something. I don't know, I've been there too many
Maybe at least
times.
a club somewhere. Some of the travelers might gather.
Some guilds.
Well, I tried to read some books in the library, and all I could find was the gestation period of an orc. And I was shook by that book. So my studious tortificer.
It's how we get strong. We charge up in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can get beat up in there too.
Grung, as you said, the gestation period of an orc. Grung, like I tell you, it's long. Long. I know from
you guys, you're in there for such a short period of time. You still come out pink. You're undercooked. So from Cobalt's, I basically boil it down to my 10 intelligence of Kung Fu librarians. Yes.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Kung Fu librarians.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Everybody
There's Doctor Strange
fighting.
in it.
Looking for my temple.
Yeah, that is...
Are we still traveling? We still got like question time?
Yeah, you guys, I mean, whatever you guys want to continue to talk about, once we're done, because as along the lines, what any other conversations you guys want to have?
I should really trade this flute in for a loot. I regret selling my loot.
Yeah.
I hope I can find my loot someday.
Keep the flute, though.
I mean, I might keep the flute. What's a flute gonna hurt?
I mean,
it's small.
Yeah.
I mean, it's swampy. We were going through swamp. I don't want to ruin a good
you can
loot.
Strum the lute, like you can take a 6 solo on the lute, and then you take a 6 solo on the flute.
Yeah, like
so wait,
I could use the loot as a slide.
Did you happen to pilfer that off of somebody? Did you happen to loot the loot off the loot, or did you happen to loot the flute instead of the loot?
The flute, I paid.
You just exchanged
I traded
money
a
for
loot
goods and services.
No, I traded my loot for a flute.
Oh, okay.
And
seems like a good way to execute.
I mean, I've got a lot of dumb stuff. I've got an entire costume that I'm carrying around with me. But
when did you get rid of your loot?
I traded it for a flute.
Okay.
At the instrument shop back in
I wanted to get a magical loot named Sting.
I didn't note that you traded your loot in, so this is becoming history now.
That was where somebody was playing like a cello.
This is brand news to me. I'm sorry.
Solero bought a viol.
Yes, a viol.
Sue got a triangle.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And Lucius got a piano accordion.
You recount this, and Sue whips out the triangle and goes, ding!
Are you guys doing a
Puts it
ska
away.
band?
Yes, the noted ska instrument, the triangle.
Mortal got a tambourine.
Ding 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 ding.
By the way, we went to that music shop and did all of that the day before we set out on this adventure.
Yeah, man, that was so long ago. Like, in game weeks.
Yeah.
In real life, a half a year.
No, it was like a year ago almost.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
We finished the puppet quest a year ago, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because it was a Halloween thing.
Yeah.
And it took us well past Halloween.
About 6 months.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
I was afraid.
Like
is this a Halloween thing?
Yeah, we're still doing a Halloween thing.
I was worried that something about when Christian and V were joining. I got it in my mind that they were joining for a Halloween thing, and I was like, "Hey, we kept delaying it until it was November." And then we kept going, and I was like, "Oh God, I can't be perpetually trapped in a Halloween episode."
Welcome to Ravenloft, my
This is
dude.
some weird.
Welcome to the Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, like it's like a B version of Twilight Zone.
When Halloween is every day.
Yeah. But specifically playing Halloween is once a week in your D&D campaign.
Yes,
That's right.
Exactly.
Where the heart is.
Where the
It really
heart
makes
is.
sense why Jack Skellington lost his mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Summer does have a couple questions for Toro and Tumbao. One being,
That's a
What
great
are
way
you
of saying
guys-
that name. Tumbao. Hey,
Tumbao.
Tumbao.
It's
okay,
two.
I'm a
Yo,
Hoosier.
y'all.
That's what
Hey,
you get.
Tumbao.
It's like the number. It's like the number. Tumbao.
Two?
It's like the
Tumbao?
place that you
Na, 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 na,
enter
na, na.
people.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a
Tupperware.
tomb.
Yeah, that's right. Where do you find the mummy? In the Tumbao.
Yeah.
Tumbao in Spanish means like she has rhythm, she's got movement. Like when a woman has big hips and she walks and they move like side to
moving
side, that's what
swagger.
tumbao is.
I also just
Oh.
like the verbiage.
Yeah.
It sounds good too. I like that.
It's
Okay.
It's very good to hear and say.
Yes.
Wow.
Tumbao.
Yeah, but
Her full
Tumbao is also fun to say.
Tumbao
I do
Badil.
like Tumbao. That's why I did bring it up. I was like, I do like Tumbao.
Toro and
Badil.
Tumbao.
Hey, Toro, Tumbao.
What are you
Excuse
guys
me,
gonna
can
do when
show
you
me
get
where
to
the
Guarden?
chorizo is?
Yeah. I need an
Whoa.
avocado.
The first thing that I will do when I get to Guarden is have a meal.
Mhm.
Bath would be
And a
nice.
bath. And
A bath would be very, very nice.
Hey, we love
And
doing
just-
both of those things.
Whatever happens after my meal and my pint will happen.
Whoa, pump the brakes. Whoa, we've just met. Do you guys know how to play any instruments? I might have a job
Also,
for you.
just meeting has never stopped me before.
Hey, don't speak out of turn.
I want to
my
see if I
friend.
have what instruments I have
Listen,
on me.
you're the bard.
I could
I don't think I have anything.
try.
No, there's a reason he's asking if your characters can play
Yeah,
instruments.
thank you for playing the thank you. Wink, wink. We never.
I've been.
We stay at the Holiday Inn for free because we provide service, and a lot of times we get a free bath and meals out of it too.
Ooh.
Depending on the place.
Who was our bartender back in Port Damali? Yeah, we feasted.
Yeah, that was a good time. And over in Palma was really nice as well. When I met
we
you
had
guys.
cocktails. Yeah, good time.
Mhm.
Oro just pulls out his Tinder box and goes,
A shaker. Oh, shaker. We can do
mean,
shaking. And a turtle, mortal turtle pulls out his
know what?
tambourine and
You know
shakes
what?
with you.
I do know one. My mama taught me it, and like you see Tumbao like lift up her nails and just hold her nails against her own, and just does the acrylic like.
my mama, as in double
Mama,
party.
little bit, like, yeah, less shortening, mama, less shortening.
Yeah, we can probably like fasten two shells together and make you castanets.
Yes.
Like we can do something, but also we
He
have
keeps
some-
through them well.
we have somebody who also hangs out with a goat that hangs out with us that doesn't do a damn thing except for making sure that the crowd is in line.
I was going to ask, what's up with the goat?
What is? Why does everybody have problems with a large? This would be this is a creature size bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm with you,
Of a
Toby.
goat.
Honestly, I've seen some crazy stuff wandering in the woods for a year. Like, have you ever seen a deer god
I mean,
or a king deer?
I mean,
Have you ever seen a deer hunter?
Well,
No. I'm talking about like this is like it's not a deer. It is something like it's not you wouldn't call an anteater an ant, right?
The deer god.
Maybe you would.
Tora goes, no.
God.
I want to know if I can pet the goat.
Well, I mean, the goat is kind of like our Babe the Blue Ox.
Oh.
I do appreciate it, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I like that Drew's just now the spookiest. Like, Drew is painted. He is a felt painting.
Drew has become a druid.
Yes.
Yeah, you can pet the goat. Toby's gonna. I'm gonna give you consent to pet the goat. Hey, Chavo, you want to get petted?
Goat consent.
Toro just holds his palm up to the goat. Slowly pets the goat.
And the goat screams.
And this is the happiest that you have seen Toro in a very long time.
I'm just smiling over there in the corner gently. Just
He reaches over, he looks at you, like, starts like nibbling on your hair, nibbling on Toro's hair a little bit.
You just see you see Toro there, like as it's just biting down on the hair, it gets closer to the scalp. You just see like
He's just like very gently, very gently, like just nibbling.
Yeah, just slowly growing concern.
Not everybody gets our goat, but some people
I hope
do.
this means that the goat has accepted me because I have accepted the goat.
At the end of the day, it's a goat.
Still with the question, how much of Chavo is a Chavo thing, or how much of it is it like can we like
he's
just a goat.
He is a goat. Yeah, but also just like Chavo and Sue,
just
the
be
pseudo
realistic
dragon,
here.
live in the same world where Sue and Chavo are around. No matter what, don't ask questions.
I just love this like mild like soul paranoia that Tumbao has when it comes to like living things.
Yeah.
Oh, the dead horses that we saw, they were dead horses.
Yeah.
Chavo and Stu. No. They are their own. They are tools for the dungeon master.
Exactly.
You know, I was gonna make a Rolling Stones reference, and then I realized I was thinking about two different songs, which are Dead Flowers
okay.
and
Which
Wild
one?
Horses.
Wild Horse, okay.
Dead Flowers. I was like, Dead Horses. That's a Rolling Stones song,
Dead horses.
Don't carry me away.
Won't you send me dead horses every morning?
Yes, that's
dead
great.
Horses by the mail.
But just this very mild concern. Like clearly she had some sort of episode, like or some sort of trauma, where it's just like, listen, when you have animals start speaking to you, like cartoon like Disney style, you're just there like you're not okay after that for a very long while.
Well, Toby and Lucius will have furry woodland creatures talk to them as if it is a Disney cartoon at certain situations. But Chavo's not like having a conversation like he's, Joe Chavo, like, play cards with us. But Pseudo Dragon's closer.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just thinking this is all again in canon for me. Just like this person is like, oh yeah, no. We're all figuring this out.
Yeah, and Sue like waves, and then you kind of get like this thought in your head, like almost like he's communicating this thought of like, hi, like just greeting.
So outside of Toby, does the same technique for Pseudo Dragon speaking through his brain work the same way as everybody has been speaking through their brain, or is it like a different brand of
it's not there's no words, it's just like generally simple thoughts, simple emotion and thoughts that you kind of more or less put together in your mind as meaning this.
It's that thing from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You pick up on the vibes. The brain chip picks up on your vibes.
Yeah, but like it's enough to know for you to know that.
That sounds like that's a really good way of putting it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he just kind of gives you this idea of like what he's kind of getting ahead. Like even if it's like just directions or something like that, or even like pictures.
Yeah, dog, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
He without having to be. It's more than words.
Yes.
It's all you have to do.
And yeah, he's it's enough to understand that he is of average intelligence, like sentient intelligence. Sapient intelligence.
It's a sentience thing. Trust me, it's a big multiplanar dimensional. Trust me, magic is weird. Going to school, learning all of it,
which is not uncommon.
Learning about the multiple dimensions and shit.
Yeah,
when you got a guy who.
Yeah. As you're saying.
Rose Boob.
Yes.
the sled was named Rose Boob.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys discuss or any other conversations?
No, I think we've covered the which animals are animals and which animals are not animals discussion. So I think we're good. Like Chavo is not food. Food is not Chavo.
Yeah.
The end. But I bet he'd be delicious.
And then, so as you guys, unless there's anything else you guys like bring up or discuss amongst yourselves, you guys pretty much have a calm rest of a few days, just going from the Silt Basin Pass, approaching Gwarden, and you kind of like have these like very nice like clear plains with some like bushes and trees like and tree clearings and like some hilly like approaches that you kind of go around. You can kind of see from where you are way off in the distance, you can kind of see glimpses of like the shore. You've got the mountain, like the massive like mountains like to the east, and beautiful like mountain like scapes to the east and to the north, and with like some like snowy tops here and there, even though it's summertime. Just like
it's flying Death Star 15, and it's still snow on the peaks.
Yeah, so it's like very tippy tips, like around the tippy tips. So they're pretty high mountains, but not all.
I wish I was a pretty high mountain.
Yeah. And so as you approach,
more like Silt Basin past.
As you approach,
what are we approaching?
You approach Gwarden, the city of Gwarden, and
sweet.
Looks like we made it.
The city of Gwarden. Let me see if I can.
City of Lights.
Yes.
Gwarden Rock City. You know what they say.
What happens in Gwarden tends to remain there due to the Silt Basin Pass.
I mean,
yeah, you see, this it's a beautifully like a rustic like city with like it's like buildings are made of like I think so, like walled, but like
cool.
There's like buildings that are made of like stained wood and gold. The rises kind of like windswept tall grass fields, cultivated farmland, and cluster trees in the chilly northern plains. You kind of like see they're comprised of like rings, so like the outer rings are outer ring is comprised of like numerous like domed buildings of like bowed lumber and carved bark, where you see a lot of people are kind of like make their homes. There's you can see it way off in the distance. There's like more clustered like business meetings of like, and way off in the distance you see in within that ring a massive tower of latticed wood spiraling upward like a crafted leafless tree.
We got businessmen doing business,
and then as you kind of walk in, and you kind of ride into the entrance of the city. You look around, and there are people milling about, walking back and forth. getting from their homes. Let me see.
I bet they have 2 puppet shops here.
Yes.
They have a full-on puppet district.
I mean, they're like, there's so much woodworking here. Like, it's people carving bark.
Yes.
Just I'm imagining if they're using the full tree, there's the bark, there's the pulp of the wood, like the library itself has to be incredible.
I mean,
and you see like the population kind of walk past. You see a lot of what you find is that it is mostly elves with
Just
quite a few of humans, gnomes, and like a smattering of all the like other races. Obviously, like you see tabaxi, you see orcs, you see halflings, you see
how much of a record scratch is there when we show up?
No,
like
you just like are greeted. You just kind of walk through, and it, Grung kind of like checks in at the gate, like and mostly is greeted. She seems to know everybody, and she's like, greets all like the guards, like, hey Jeff, hey Soren, hey Renal, hey, yeah, how you doing? And like,
hey Bob, how's it going?
Very like very cordial conversation. You kind of like as you're kind of walking through the entrance, as you kind of like arrive, they park at the stables near the entrance, and Grung starts to like get you guys set up, get your things off of the cart, and starts to they're like, well, and they're finally here. It's wild. It's been great to be with you guys. It's been a great little bit of time with you two as well.
Yeah, it'd be great to continue working, but because I'm not in the Teamsters union, I don't want to, take your job or anything. So I'll let you unload this cart and everything.
Yeah. It's wonderful to help you guys. It's gonna be great to get you guys set up, and in the middle of like her like exchanging that you hear like a older female voice shout out, Grung! Oh, Grung!
Oh
no! Just like in a greeting, like, oh, Grung! And it's like Grung kind of like turns, and you see this like older human woman with like a little bit like gray hair approach, and like this very polite smile, and kind of like floats over like, oh, Grung, Grung, and Grung like turns, and she goes, Kada, you look wonderful. Yeah, Kada, you look wonderful.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. I'm like voices. Well, aren't you sweet? Is Kroniak with you?
Just lean over towards Toro, like down towards the ground. Just
Kroniak with you?
Oh, I thought you said Kroniak. Like he was.
Yeah. Cognac.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll have a tall glass of Kroniak.
Yeah. Is Kroniak with you? No, he's at home taking care of the kids. Like, well, we must get together sometime. Absolutely. Well, ta-ta. And she saunters off and kind of goes to greet other people. And in that moment, Grung watches her walk off and up in the distance. And after a beat, goes, the most odious woman alive. All right. Well,
But she was gonna say, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
the most odious woman alive.
that he hates.
And then Grung finishes up, kind of getting you guys set up, getting all your stuff on you as you take your supplies and things. It's like, well, yeah, it's tough to. I hate saying goodbyes. I actually really got I hate saying goodbye to everybody that I transport. It's been wonderful. I got. If anybody, I'm not no pressure, but I want to hugs. I want to hug everyone. Anybody willing to have hugs?
just again, I'm just lean in with one big arm, just around the back of like two people, just like that long hug.
Yeah, and then like you do that. Just give Summer a big hug, and
yeah, I'll be in that hug pile. That's fine.
Like everybody.
Toro was very like, and then he ended up in the hug anyway.
Yeah,
somehow
Grung was
between my chest.
Grung respected Toro's wishes, and
you are here. I am here.
Yeah.
You will be connected. This
is
how you.
Like, it's okay, my dear. It's okay, my dear. Yeah. And then notices that Toro comes into the hug and like make sure to put an arm around him and kind of pat him on the back and a little bit, just to like, know that she noticed him in there.
This is how we learn. This is how we learn.
All right.
I appreciate those times you made dinner.
Yes. Well,
we've only known each other a short time.
It's wonderful to have had you all. I look forward to a future time when I can transport you. If you guys need to head back down to Port Damali again, if I'm in town and if you need it, I'll be happy to do it for you. I'd invite you to my house for dinner, but if I made my husband host in such short notice, he would kill me. So
understandable.
That's fine. We have work to do.
Yes, he's right now waiting for me. I'm sure to hand off one of the ankle biters to me to start taking over.
Can I do a sleight of hand to slip 2 gold into his pocket during the hug?
To Grung,
can I do a
pockets?
sleight of hand to steal? No,
you can if you want to her pockets, Grung.
One moment. Let me.
That's quite a sleight of hand. What's a troy ounce of gold is pretty heavy.
For 2 GP.
Yeah, you're able to kind of like you're able to kind of like, as far as you can tell, very, very surreptitiously, very keenly.
You bump into him.
But you kind of like in that hug, you kind of slip those 2 gold right there.
I think that'll really let him, as the thank you.
Yeah.
Can I see if I noticed that?
If you're watching for things that are happening, you could probably do a perception check if you feel like you're watching for things happening in that interaction.
Yeah, I want to perceive.
You don't notice anything, yeah.
Okay. I don't know shit.
If anything, just
a smooth criminal.
Lucius is really the one that notices that. Yeah, you notice that Tumbao slipped some money into Grung's pockets.
Lucius sees all.
He does.
Yeah.
Lucius ain't. No
hey, Lucius. I think Lucius, you should. Yeah. I think canonically, you're paying attention to everything.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely see.
Passively, you're paying attention to everything.
Yeah.
I just pull it off like. Bloop.
Yeah, but that's it.
For as being as big of a stoner as he is, like nothing gets past him.
No, you're just moving in slow mo. Everything else is in slow motion, man.
Exactly. That's
right. You're fine dining and breathing. That's all you're doing.
You're like a stoner that like will reach out and like grab an arrow that's flying at his face. Like
I heard that coming a mile away.
That's right. Yeah. He perceives everything.
Men in tights is funny as hell.
Just like casually walks away.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Casually walks away right as an arrow flies past.
I'm trying to figure out like where to sit at like the cool kids table. I gotta like learn the connections.
Yeah. And as you guys have that conversation, well, be well, stay safe out there. If you need, I know you guys are looking for a good place to eat. Great place here in Gordon. It's called The Wrong Lamp. It's an odd name, I know, but fantastic drinks, great ale, good people, good gathering place. I definitely
recommend. Is there a
recommend
right
it.
lamp?
Is there no rules and it's just right?
I don't know. That's what I asked. Is there a right lamp? And it's like it's a mystery. The owner
talk about it.
Yeah,
We
she
don't
refuses
talk
to
about
say.
the
She's
right
very
lamp.
coy about it, but it's like an odd name. I think it's like just some inside joke, but they never say.
Working on the right lamp.
But yeah,
Wait, is it the right lamp or the left lamp?
it's the wrong lamp.
It's the wrong
It's
lamp.
the
Wrong lamp. Okay.
That's great.
It's like that's how quickly my brain just dies.
Yes,
and
I
skips, like,
It's
can
the
see how
Wittershins
Daisy
lamp.
got there.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, the left lamp. That's in Nicodranus. I wonder if they're related. I don't think
Moro
they're.
is like walking away from the group on his way to a restaurant, this restaurant, if he sees it.
Yeah, we're gonna pass
Yes.
the Applebee's and
I
the
gotta get a
Sizzler.
leash.
Yes.
I gotta get like a kid leash. Do we have? Do they sell halfling leashes here?
That's
Leave
true.
me
me.
be, woman.
Yes.
No, I'll leave you be within 6 meters of me.
The 6 meters is quite a ways.
Yeah, that's quite a
Like,
well.
no, I got that range.
All right, as you guys have that like break
distance.
off and you say your goodbyes, and Grung like it directs you to like where to find the wrong lamp if you ever want to check it out, but it says that there's other places around as well. And you say your goodbyes and farewells, and as you start to split off into or as you start to head into what you're gonna do in Gordon. That's what we're gonna call it tonight. I think we had a nice little
Tonight.
yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, we have a nice little edition of Through the Tomes. Thank you all for being with us. Thank you to the party. Thank you, friends. Be sure to check out all the stuff on YouTube. I am going to endeavor, I promise, soon to catch up on the episodes on YouTube at least. Then, later I'll work on the audio edition on thetomes.com with show notes and everything. But I'm a little behind, so just bear with me. But be sure to check out Revelli TV on YouTube. Subscribe to there. Check out all the other VODs and all the other episodes, including our Witcher streams, which were fantastic fun there.
Hey,
and all
if you want to reach out, grab that pitchfork and talk to us and say hey.
Yeah. Say a talk to us in the comments. Let us know how you feel about the show.
Tweet at us at King Kaz.
Yes. Check out all the things. Like, share, subscribe. If you're over on YouTube, come check us out on Twitch at Revelli TV. Do all the things. Until next time. Hasta los huevos.
Doodly doodly.
Bye-bye.
Hashtag find Luke.
Take care, everybody.
Fighting.
Boom, 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 boom.